Just give me a moment. I'm just trying to get this. Thank you. Right, people. I'm sorry about this. Took a while to get this going. Nou moet ek hier vir ons klaar raak gee toe oomblikie kans asseblief. Weet nie wat hier is nie. Okay. Okay. The first question was you had to get the missing amounts A to D. Jy moet bedrag vir A tot D uitwerk. I did not do this beforehand because I wanted to show you how easy this work actually is. To get A, what should you do? You should take the 89,700 and minus the 78,000. Bietjie groter maak dat ek bietjie meer spasie het. And that is going to give you the VAT amount. As jy dit gedoen het, if you do that, you will get the VAT amount and that equals 11,700. Is there anyone who had a problem with that one? Remember, this comes from a previous grade 12 paper. Dit kom van 'n is die enige Afrikaanse kinders vandag. It's Sebastian. This comes from a previous grade 12 paper. This is a paper 2. Dit is 'n vraestel 2 se onderwerp hierdie. Paper 2, as you must have realized by now, are the easier paper. The difficulty with paper 2 lies in the fact that it's lots of topics. Jy weet vraestel 1 is alles oor maatskappye. Paper 2 is everything else. So that is why paper 2 sometimes learners tend to think that it's more difficult than paper 1. It's not. All the topics in paper 2 are easier topics than with the companies. Kom ons kyk gou aan. Dan die volgende enetjie. The amount excluding VAT, how will I do that? Hoe gaan ek dit doen? I'm just going to take the amount, you want the VAT amount. I take the 12,400 and times 15% because that is what VAT in South Africa is. And as jy dit doen, did you also get 1860? Yes, sir. Right? Is there anyone who has a problem with that one? The amount excluding VAT, VAT is 15%, straightforward 15% of the amount excluding VAT. Is daar enige probleem so ver? Then number C, credit notes issued. We know, how do I do this? How do you tackle that specific one? Ek gaan nou op die volgende bladsy. I just want to put this on the next page. It's easier. I don't have to go. I hate it if the stuff is not on the same page, but you are used to that by now. How do I do this? What do I know? Wat is die inligting wat ek het? I understand that that is the VAT amount and that, as you know, equals 15%. Ons weet nou dat R210 is 15% because that was the VAT amount. We want the amount including VAT, so what should I do? I just need to take the 210 divide by 15 because that gives me 15% times 115 because that's what I'm looking for. Are we okay with this? Is julle alright daarmee? So as ek die 210 vat, gedeel deur 15, menigvuldig met 115, then the answer will be 1610. Is there anyone who has a problem with that? Enige iemand 'n probleem daarmee? Then the last one, invoices issued to customers. Kom ons kyk gou wat ek hier geskryf. Wat was, hoekom het ek, okay, yeah, this is the story. This includes sales of 9,200 which should have been sold at 0 rate. Ander woorde, dis goed soos bruinbrood, blikkies vis, groente, vars groente, vars vrugte. So that invoice amount, I first have to minus the 9,200. Why? Because that is VAT 0 rated. So what is the amount I have to work with? Wat is die bedrag waarmee ek moet werk op die ou end? That is the 149,500. Is julle by daarmee? Are we fine with that? Okay. Then for this, 149, that includes the VAT. They want to know what the VAT is. Omdat dit die BTW insluit, is dit mos gelyk aan 115%. Jy weet mos dit, né? So all I have to do, I take the 149,500, divide by 115 times the 15 because that's what I'm looking for, and that gives me 19,500. People, did you see that this question was 12 out of the 150 marks? That compare all really whatever you do. I know paper 2 is later on in the exam. That is why paper 2 is later on, because it is a lot easier. It's a lot different topics.
Matthew September, no nome kantoor te kom. Indie, wat Danny en Matthew September. Sal ek gaan my kantoor te kom. Dankie.
Is there anyone who has a problem with any one of these calculations? Anything? Okay, are you fine? Right. Activiteit 2, activity 2. Ek werk nou maar op die Engels, is dit alright, Sebastian? Okay. Hulle vra is dit vir jou, the following relates to Lunga stores, VAT period ended. Het ek een vraag, ek het die ander vraagje uitgelos. Sorry. This one. The internal auditor discovered that Amarshde has been underpaying the amount due to SARS in respect of VAT at each submission date. So what does that actually tell you? Some of the money that is supposed to go to SARS keeps for himself. On inquiry, so she stated that she used the money to pay the business expenses and adjusted the payments later. Comment on the practice and give her advice. It is unethical to use the VAT money to pay the business expenses. You know that. The money for VAT is not our money. It's not the business's money. It's money the business collects on behalf of SARS. Onthou, BTW gelde is nie die onderneming se inkomste nie. Dis geld wat die onderneming kollekteer. Wat is nou vir SARS? Ek wil vir 'n oomblik aan Afrikaans dink hier. Do you understand that, people? What is the advice that you can give her here? She must make sure that she keeps her records up to date, that she knows this money of that is 100 Rand I received, that some of that is my money, the others must go to SARS. So that the will money be available to pay over to SARS. Remember, if she doesn't keep her records up to date, she won't know how much of the money she has in her bank belongs to her or to the business and how much belongs to SARS. Then the next thing, SARS weet, ja, SARS is hulle, if there's one department in our country that really works, it's SARS, because why the government, that's where the government gets most of its income. So that is why they are so strict. Want as hulle dit nie streng gaan toepas, alle reëls en regulasies nie, gaan die regering nog minder geld hê. Then the second comment, remember you just one comment. The second one is it's illegal to use VAT money that belongs to the government. And then what is the solution for that or the advice? Find other ways. If you don't have enough money in your business, you cannot supplement the money of your business by using the VAT money. Then you have to either lower your expenses or increase your income. Or if that doesn't work, you need to go and apply for a short-term loan, an overdraft, anything in that reason. As julle alright daarmee? Is julle okay hiermee? Right. So this was 12 and 15. It was 15 out of 150. That is normally more or less what that will be. Around about 10%, between 10 and at the most 15% of the 150 marks of paper 2. But it's an easier topic. Everything you need to know, that there's always going to be something happened with the SARS money, and you must say why it should not have happened and what is the advice to make sure that it doesn't happen in future again. It's always that type of question, and they will always let you do a calculation. That's really what it is. Volgende vraagje, activiteit 2. Here they tell us. The following relates to Lunga stores for the VAT period ended 30 April 2020. This, as you can see, comes from the 2020 paper. First year that there was 2 papers. Calculate the VAT amounts denoted by 1 to 3 on the table. Indicate the effect of each answer on the amount payable to SARS. Total sales. The VAT amount for total sales will be that. And that VAT will increase the amount payable to SARS. Did you see they want to know what is the effect on the amount payable? Hulle wil weet wat is die effek van wat jy ook al moet uitwerk op die bedrag betaalbaar aan Said. Het julle gesien? Make sure that you read the question from the start. Dan die inligting, hom het ek nou vooraf gedoen. Wat jy het pas nou die sommetjies al gesien. Amounts from the April 2020 journal. Purchases of stock. That is including the VAT amount. How do I know what the VAT amount is? Ek het daarbo ook geskryf, I must take the amount including minus the amount excluding. Ek het daarbo ook vir jou gaan skryf. Including minus excluding. That is the amount of VAT you paid on your stock. That's VAT that you can minus from the VAT due to SARS. So that is why I have decreased. Remember, that is our input VAT. And input VAT decreases what we owe SARS. Julle weet mos dit nou? Insetbelasting verminder mos wat ons aan Said moet betaal. Is julle alright daarmee? Are we fine with that? Then the second one, ek het gou weer teruggaan, want ek het dit nou al oor die naweek gedoen. Vorige naweek al. Drawings of stock, excluding VAT. Remember, if the owner takes stock, SARS sees it as him buying the stock from us, and that is why he owes, there will be VAT on that stock. Jy kan nie as jy die eienaar van besigheid sê, ek vat hierdie goed, jy kan dit vat. Maar die BTW daar op daai goed moet aan Said oorbetaal word. Because SARS sees this as a normal sales transaction. Do you understand that, people? Dat maak nie saak of vir die eienaar is of die besigheid aan iemand anders se verkoop. 15% on the 32,000. Ek het sommer die sommetjie ook al bo gedoen. Gives me 4,800. SARS sees this as sales. That's why it will increase the amount payable to SARS. Said sien dit as gewone verkope en dit is hoekom dit 'n toename sal wees in die bedrag betaalbaar aan Said. Doesn't matter if it's the owner that's taking this, SARS sees this as a sales transaction. Is julle by daarmee? Do you understand that? En dan die laaste enetjie, oninbare skulde. That was the amount including the VAT for bad debts. So you first had to calculate, it will be ek weet nie kom ek het nou so sleg hier geskryf het hier. Maar weer kyk. Okay. It should be, ek sien nou wat het gebeur. Divide by 115 and then times, ek gaan nou weer dit doen. Ek weet nie om het reg te maak van 15. You want to know, this equals the amount. The total including the VAT, we want to know what is the VAT amount, and that geef my the answer here. Ek gaan kyk of ek dit kan groter maak. Ek verstaan nie altyd hoe hulle hierdie kolommetjies maak nie, but the calculation will be in the end. Geen kans. Dit geef my R915. That is the answer. Are you fine? Yes. En dan?
Die linkerkant van die slaap fixie, you know.
Daar.
Ja.
Dis gaan my uit te waai nie. Ek weet nie wat dit is nie.
Miskien tabelle wat daar staan.
Dit kan dalk wees, ja. Ek sien ja, dis daar. Ja, maar ek gaan dit nie verander nie, los dit maar net so. Right. So remember that is, so the 915 is the amount of VAT included in your, jy moet vir my luister. The 915 is the VAT amount included in the bad debts. Remember, bad debts means that you are never going to receive this money. Jy gaan nie hierdie geld kry nie. When you sold, you told SARS they owe us the 950, they owe you the 950 rand because this was part of our sales. Are we ever going to get it back? No. So as you know, bad debts will decrease the amount payable to SARS. Is julle by daarmee? Oninbare, if this was bad debts recovered, what would have been? Increase the amount payable to SARS, né? Oninbare skulde ingevorder, sal die bedrag betaalbaar aan Said vermeerder. Do you understand this, Kanya? Right. Dit was, wat was daar nog in hierdie vraagie gewees? Dit was die lot.
Ja, dit al.
Okay. Activity 3, can you please do activity 3 and activity 4, because I need to show you the account. Ek vir jou graag die rekening wys, but I want to do that from your textbook. So 3 and 4 is homework for Thursday. On Friday, you have to bring me your textbook, because I have to show you how the account looks. Remember, they will never let you do the account. They're going to ask you, calculate the amount payable to SARS. But you can do that in account format. Ek wil net wys hoe lyk die rekening. The reason why they don't ask the account, because some schools does a VAT input account and a VAT output account, and then they minus the two. Some schools uses a VAT control account where one side is the output, one side is the input, and then you get a balance. So that's why they say calculate, because if it's a calculation, you can do an account or you can do a little calculation. So ek wil net die rekening graag verduidelik, want ek weet nie wat hulle vir jou gaan vra nie, is gewoonlik net bereken, it's normally calculate. But let's say they ask the account and you just know how to do the account. And I want to show you that I've been in all the provinces, all the question papers, there is never since 2020 have they asked a VAT control account, but you never know. Ek het vir julle een wys asseblief. In al die 9 provinsies is dit nog nooit gevra nie. Do you realize that, ek wil gou die ding nou, ek wil net nou toe maak. Do you